I just want everybody to know that I do not believe in grading art. So everybody would get a C. Hey, hi, I'm Dean Tepper, and we're here doing Crafts with Tepper, and we're making a kalimba with music student Lauren Blair. So thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Okay,
absolutely.
So I think neither of us know how to make a kalimba.
Right. Did you know what a kalimba was?
I actually have a kalimba on my desk. Okay, so we need chopsticks.
Thank you. By the way, are you good at using chopsticks?
I am good at using chopsticks. Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bobby pins. Okay, now we need rubber bands.
Okay. Are we going to have to use the chopsticks too?
You described as at some point in your life learning violin, you had to break your bow hold, which I just love as an expression. But I think it kind of relates to this idea of whether you stay in a position that's comfortable or you stretch yourself and then change.
So I've actually broken my bow hold twice. Changing your bow hold means feeling like you start over. So it was a bit of an identity crisis, but it's made me really reflect on changes that we make. You know, I spent so long becoming a more Russian player, and now I don't even play like that. But the understanding I have of my arm now and the things I learned in that time playing that way have completely changed the way I view sound and my own production of sound and my instrument and my body.
And are there only two bow holds?
Well, I think there's probably more than two, but a few large families of descendants from great teachers who taught this way. But everyone's bow hold looks a little different. You know, everyone's.
We're supposed to cut our chopsticks so that they're just 1 inch longer than the width of the board. This breaks off and hits you in the eye. Do you have any sense of sort of this unfiltered creative expression, the YouTube world, and the kind of world of careful, rigorous training and curation that might exist in certain kinds of parts of the orchestra world, and how those two things meet?
So I want to answer with a story, which is that as I developed in my classical training, I started to recognize in myself increased negativity and judgment when I heard other musicians.
You're being critical.
Those were my first thoughts, is finding things that weren't good. That really scared me. I thought, if this is what I'm turning into, I don't want to study music.
Wow, that's really powerful.
And it scared me so much, and I had to have a little heart-to-heart with myself that, Lauren, if this is not the kind of human being you want to be, you've got to watch yourself. It's hard. The classical culture can feel so competitive and critical and negative, and so I've been through a lot of up and downs of thinking, I hate this community and culture and I don't want to be part of it. But it doesn't help to just leave.
But you found a faculty member who seems to emit a very different sensibility.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about that.
So I came for a lesson with Dr. McLean, and just felt immediately that she's an incredible musician and a really wonderful, good human. And I felt that she cared about me as a human being, and she wasn't being critical because she was trying to compare me with her other students or with herself, but just that she wanted me to be my very best self as a human being and as a musician. I felt that immediately, and that's just who she is. And that's the culture that she creates in her studio. I think mine is a failure, by the way.
It's not making sound?
Having judgment on self. It's just all the same note. It's tragic. I want to ask you how you have figured out your relationship with self as far as that judgment.
I guess I have a little story I could tell that might relate to the judgment. I was involved in visual art. We're in class, I'm probably a junior in high school, and we're supposed to be painting a still life that has all the things that a still life is supposed to have. And I'm doing it, and I feel like I've got it, and I'm pretty proficient. Hand skills are good. And then we take a break, and we're supposed to sort of, at breaks you walk around and you kind of look over the shoulder and see what other people are working on. And so the guy next to me was painting his self-portrait reflecting from the bottle. The girl next to him was painting. The books were sort of melting off the table, sort of like a Salvador Dali. And the girl next to her was painting insects coming out of the boot. And I remember I went back, I was deflated. I went back, I was like, I don't see any of that. And I started thinking that I wasn't creative, that there was something that these other kids had that I did not have. And for all intents and purposes, that moment of self-doubt was when I decided I would not pursue art. That when I went to college to take an art class, a painting class, and the professor walked in the first day of class and he said, "I just want everybody to know that I do not believe in grading art, so everybody would get a C." I was like, well, we can give everybody an A. You know, I dropped the class. I didn't want to get a C. And so I never really went back seriously to my creative practice. Our challenge is to fight ceaselessly for an expanded definition of art and creativity in our world and our democracy.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not hearing a lot of notes, I'm afraid. But we're redefining what
This
is
is
a kalimba.
This is more of a percussive instrument.
Yeah, it could just be something you could rap to, you know?
Yeah.
Could you,
Well,
this is the beat I throw down for you.
yes, rapping Dean, what I gotta say. That's it. I ran out. I got nothing to say.
That's really good.
I will reveal this because I have no shame that my brother named me Teapot,
That's amazing.
which doesn't really sound like a good name if I'm really trying to seriously advance a rap career. But
I think he has more notes than me. You have 2 notes.
yeah,
It could even kind of be a chord.
all right, craft with the Dean.